Yeah, nigga, what the fuck are you holding your breath for?
No, because now you two get to gang up on me.
I wasn't even
The fuck you weren't.
You was... Everybody that I knew from the go. I know hoes that was right, but I knew they was broke.
Like it. You sounded like a game show host. Like,
This is the Minority Plus One Podcast. Chill.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the show. It's the king of the Heffries. It's Oreo. We are back once again, podcasting to you. And as always, to my left, we got my co-host, Darlin. Tell him, who are you?
it's Sam Crystal.
And I'm your host, Steve, and this is the Minority Plus One Podcast. Chill. Disclaimer off rip.
Damn, Steve.
But not like in a highway.
Okay.
I am a little bit high.
You're in the driveway?
I'm basically getting ready to pull out.
Oh, okay.
And first off, that was a slapper. So that's for you. And second off, I'm still a little under the weather. I already got Sam sick.
Thanks. Yeah.
One time.
This fool, so this weekend we went to a local podcast,
yes.
The Terminal. Shout out to the Terminal.
Shout out to the 5-1 Great.
Yeah, the
network.
5-1 Great Network. Shout out to Sensitivity Sold Separately podcast, all that stuff. Wale, Mr. B, shout out to all of them. You can check that out on Facebook under 5-1 Great.
Yep.
Network. Anyway, so we do this pod. It's really fun. And then Steve, but they were chiefing in there, and y'all know I don't smoke.
Yeah,
they were chiefing in there, and I noticed I don't know if it's just me because I don't smoke, but I get dry. My eyes start getting dry. I start getting thirsty. Like I'm ready to get the fuck out of there.
So it doesn't. I don't even notice the second hand smoke no more.
Basically,
kind of, yeah.
And I just my contacts were getting so dry. I was so thirsty. I needed water, but everybody's just chilling. So I wonder if it's just because I don't smoke. But anyway, so we leave out there. Here's Steve. I'm like, oh man. I was like, yeah, it's hot in there, right?
First off, you're gonna give me a man cough. All right. Thank you. See, that's what you get.
Yeah,
that's what you get for being a jerk.
I'm like, oh yeah, it was smoky in there. He's like, yeah, I'm a little sick. I'm like, motherfucker, if I would have known.
All right, guys, the reason why,
I got sick,
and the reason why is simply because I'm tired.
I took a COVID test and everything because I thought I had COVID.
I know you did, and I'm happy that you did. Now I know I don't have it. So. So the reason why is because I get roasted on this damn podcast because I don't show up when I'm sick because I don't want to get them sick. So now that I'm like, yo, we had already had this plan. We were already supposed to be in there and I was the ride. So I'm like, you know what? I want to do this. I want to make sure. And so I was like, I don't feel terrible. I wasn't like, I wasn't doing that. It was more like a, little something. And yeah, you caught a stray.
Listen, I don't know what's up with your immune system.
I told you I think I know what it is.
No, what is
it? And I'm not gonna get into conspiracy theory, Steve.
Oh yeah, you said because you think it was a COVID test.
I thought it was not the test.
I personally think I said it to you and Brittany.
It was the vax.
And I've noticed Brittany doesn't get as sick as often vaping. It's your vaping. I'm telling you. If you notice, that
is a part of it too, Sam.
If you notice, Brittany doesn't get sick as often as you. Shout out to Brittany. She's on vacation.
Yes,
that's why she's not here. But she doesn't get sick.
I know.
When y'all were both vaping, I swear I almost had to do an episode by myself.
You could be right. I'm
telling you, it's the vaping.
But now that I'm back in my apartment, now I have flower, so I'm like leaning off the vaping.
Really? Okay, good. It's so bad for you.
I know it is.
So fucking bad for you.
Especially doing it all the time.
Yeah,
it's horrible. I just heard about a guy who died.
Yeah, they get that like pneumonia. You get wet lung. Like it's just.
I'm not there yet. I don't vape like that. Like,
but you vape enough that you keep getting sick, bro. I swear you get sick at least 3 times a month.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie to
anybody. Okay, all right.
And act like I take care of myself.
You get sick at least once or twice a month. That's a lot.
Fair. Not every month.
Yes, you do, Steve.
Not every month.
Steve, you at least, and no, it's okay. You at least miss one episode every month. Because you're sick.
Nah.
Yes.
Have I?
Yes.
Oh, well then I'm glad I'm doing what I'm doing next month. So yeah, starting next month, I'm taking a 2-month break from everything.
All weed?
No weed, no beer, no alcohol, no caffeine after cup number 1. Only my cup in the morning. My Dunkin' Donuts in the morning. That is it.
Do you only drink iced coffee, by the way?
No, I drink hot coffee.
Do you get your hot coffee the same way you get your iced coffee?
2 and 2 instead of 3 and 2.
Okay. I ain't going to remember that. 2 and 2 instead of 3 and 2.
Yeah.
All right.
But,
Yeah, so y'all, let's get into some segments.
Yes.
Let's get into minority support.
So forgive me if I'm not all energetic.
It's all good. So minority support is a segment we do when we read listeners' comments and questions. This week, producer Bay, could you pull up the YouTube page? Make sure you hit up our YouTube page, MinorityPlus1, to be able to be on minority support. Drop your comments, drop your questions. Minority support YouTube.
And I actually had a few people actually hit me up about because apparently people were interested in my speed dating experience.
Oh yeah. That was that. We'll talk more about that later. But Nicole Solito, it's a little girl.
Yeah, but what up, Nicole?
You my girl. That halftime show was fire. Guess Brittany. She says she guessed Brittany for this week's Guess What Friend It Is. Setting the scene with her running from the Asians, getting her nails done.
Okay, see now I forgot what it was, I can't wait to see it.
We'll pull it back up.
Right.
Fonte Flashy, he says halftime went crazy. LOL.
Yes, it did.
Leo said, "Come down to the city. We'll do some karaoke." It's been a while since I've done karaoke.
That'd be fire.
I love karaoke.
I love it too. So. Hey,
don't threaten me with a good time because I was the first one. As soon as we got in that room, I said, "I'll go first." Mm-hmm. And he says, "Damn, Steve, 10-to-1 ratio just comes to show you that there are plenty of women in the sea. You got options, King."
Yeah, I appreciate it, Leo. I really do appreciate it. I was gonna respond back in the thing, but I'm like, you know what? Leo's a hardcore motherfucking supporter. I'm gonna always address Leo.
He's talking about
personally.
Steve's. If you want to listen to Steve's speed dating experience, that was last week's episode.
Yeah, it was not great.
So speaking of Guess What Friend It Is, we're just gonna hop into segments. Producer Bay, could you bring back the episode? Again, Guess What Friend It Is a segment we do when one of us finds a clip or a video that represents ourselves or the other two co-hosts. All right, Producer Bay, go ahead and play the clip.
Very nice set. I am sorry.
Producer Bay. So this week is my week.
Brittany, you're coming with something next week. It's your turn.
Yeah, I can't wait.
It's your turn.
I know you got some in the week. Brittany ain't never coming. I know you got some in the this week.
You're not even. You're gonna be just partying, showing titty out there. You're gonna be just partying, showing titty out there.
So you guys, again, you have to tune into our YouTube MinorityPlus1 to see these clips, and I want you guys to comment down below who do you think the clip represents. But Steve, you were tight because we was getting on Alicia Keys, and you was just standing for her like she sounded incredible.
Exactly. No, I didn't say that.
Yeah,
I said that y'all don't understand why she sounded the way she sounded.
Why did she sound the way she sounded?
Because she's doing actual real vocals, not singing over vocals.
Neither was Usher. Usher wasn't singing under vocals.
I wasn't talking about Usher. We were comparing.
Okay.
I was comparing that
all I'm saying is Alicia Keys is I love her. And that wasn't her best, and I think we can all agree.
It's not peak Alicia Keys, but I'm sorry. I'm sitting in front of fucking 80,000 people at a Super Bowl stadium,
and then y'all motherfuckers gonna be like, "All right,
oh, she didn't sound like she sounds on the album."
You keep playing it. I think you go a little further to get the clip, just a little bit, as you should. Wait, all right. So, Producer Bay. Oh yeah, go ahead. Could you pull up the clip?
I actually forgot.
So before you play it, says me anytime I think about that one beef that I never got justice for.
Oh fuck.
All right.
Fragment, foot, bullet, fragment, foot, bitch.
Here it is.
Bullet, fragment, bitch.
All right. Did you hear it, Brittany? Did you hear it?
I know who this is.
Anytime I think about one beef that I never got justice for.
Okay,
right,
I got it.
One more time.
I gotta be honest.
Who do you think that represents?
I ain't going for it. That's also part me. It's definitely Britt. It's you too, Sam. It's all three of us. It has to be. I've heard you actually get that mad at somebody. You were like, yo, I don't know when it was. I can't remember because I think you were drinking at the time, and you were saying you got furious. You was like, yo, fucking bitch. Yo, that fucking stupid bitch. I was like, damn, Sid, because I never heard you get this, man. It was like, it's when we started getting familiar with each other. I could be mistaken. So I've heard you get that, man.
I mixed up with.
I might. I told you this
our other
already.
Friend.
You can tell me off fix.
Yeah. That wasn't me.
But that's definitely.
If y'all haven't noticed,
John, that is the president of.
I've done it.
If you haven't noticed that, I don't really give it up like that. I don't really get angry.
Oh, I do. I get furious.
I do, but not to that point. But that was definitely Brittany with the Asian.
Oh
people.
God. Oh, I knew it was definitely Brit. It had to be.
Yeah, that was definitely Brittany.
But that is part.
So
that is
you.
part me as well. I'm gonna admit it because I be in there. So I be doing it just customers who shop at the store.
Really?
I'm like, yo, I was like, yo, I'd be like, yo, you fucking bum motherfuckers, you fucking not able to fucking, you have to split the fucking bill over $20, motherfucker.
Don't do that.
No,
don't do that. We are in a fucking recession. Inflation is up. Like, don't do that.
You people on this podcast,
you even said McDonald's was too expensive right now.
People on this podcast know how Steven give it up. I only come at customers who deserve it. And I will forever be a customer can always suck it, motherfucking advocate. So if you don't act right as a customer, I will fucking roast you. I tell customers I tell customers to their face, I'm not gonna get mad no more. I'm using these cocksuckers as content. I promise you. So whenever I have one of these fucking experiences, I'm talking about it on the pod. And if you don't like it, stop doing it.
I ain't gonna come for nobody's finances, yo. It's rough out here.
No, Sam. I don't have a problem with people being broke, but please stop acting like you have money when you are broke.
I mean, who acts like
a lot?
Who?
At
that place you work at?
Sam. A lot.
We all know it's affordable as wear. So there's no way niggas is like, I'm fucking getting the most expensive thing,
Sam.
which is probably $30 in that whole store.
Sam. Then you don't work there long enough.
I've worked there.
I'm just saying.
I've worked.
And you've never been the manager. You're
right, not there. No. I've been manager other places. The worst places than that, like Karen City. I worked at Soma Intimates. It was a bra store, and I swear it should have been Karen Intimates because that's all we ever got was fucking Karens. And this is before they were called Karens. Just entitled white women all day long. It was the most frustrating thing. I remember one time, this lady comes in with 3 brand new bras. She gets the same style all the time, right? I know exactly who she was. She comes in, she's like, these didn't fit. They're my size and everything. They don't fit. I said, okay. She's like, I'll try them on. I'll show you. They don't fit. I was like, oh, the straps are like super tight. You have to adjust them to your liking, right? She said, oh, well, I just put them on. Bitch, adjust to your liking. Not everyone's gonna like it loose. Not everybody's gonna like it tight. You have to adjust to your liking. It's not, you don't buy something that has to be adjusted and it just so happens to be magically adjusted to you. It's just a magical bra that adjusts to you without you.
I don't know. This is lady problems. I don't have these.
That's
issues.
some fucking Karen
Even though
shit.
if you see in this video, it looked like I got titties, but I promise you I don't. Just making sure.
Oh, okay.
Shut your face,
got some
Sam.
A cups up there.
I don't know. Maybe.
All right.
So.
You got this week's.
Sam, look at the. All right. I don't know why I'm pointing it out, Sam, but this photo, and shout out to my boy Mike, man. Last minute.
Shout out to Mike.
Honestly, it looks like I have no ass.
Join the club, nigga. I already told you. We out here. Capital P's is out here.
No back here.
We out here. No, I found, I found love.
You good. I
found love with no booty, okay?
For me.
This is what I forgot who I was talking about. We were talking about.
How can you love somebody with no booty and an attitude?
Really?
Bro?
Listen.
And that's me.
Listen. I'm just telling you. We are still wanted, Steve.
I'm just making sure.
I was just talking to somebody about BBLs, and I was like, you know what? I've had a flat ass my whole life, and I've never had a problem getting a man. One, and two, I was like, I don't really want to risk my life just to have an ass.
And Sam, we saw some BBLs while we were in Jamaica, and they are not good looking.
I don't know if BBLs comes with the veneers. If they like come hand in hand, I don't know what that's about. I don't know. She had big ass veneers.
I think it's the buy one get one free special.
I was like, wow, she's definitely built a bitch.
Oh yeah, it was disgusting.
Steve, don't worry. Somebody's gonna like your flat cakes.
Somebody gonna like my flat ass.
They're gonna love your crepes.
I'm just saying.
But all right, introduce your guess what Fred it is.
So this week's Guess What Fred It Is, it comes by way of a TV show or It was a TV show that actually got put on to me by my late friend Joel. And this video is one of my favorites of all time. So make sure you actually watch like the whole thing, just besides this clip. But producer, if you can.
Okay. It says what? The Ford Theater presents William Shakespeare's Hamlet.
All right. So this is by. All right. First, I need the clip, not the whole thing.
It says the whitest kids you know. Is this a channel?
Kids you know, yeah.
A YouTube channel? Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta go to our YouTube MinorityPlus1 to see these.
Yep. So we're just gonna wait 1 sec while we bring up the clip.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember what part I actually clipped off of it. So it's bizarre.
Rack City, bitch. Rack City, bitch. 10, 20, bitch.
Yo, Sam, quick question while he looks that up.
Yeah.
Is Undercover Brother
John,
a
that is the
classic movie?
president.
All right. Yeah, that's it.
It's a classic.
It's a classic, right?
Absolutely.
Yo, that movie calmed me down.
And no funny shit, before you play that, Producer Bay, they were spitting some fucking futuristic shit because it's in the chicken. Remember when the Popeye chicken sandwich was coming out?
I know.
I thought of that movie right away.
So that movie, I got way too high real quick. I got way too high and I thought I was like having a heart attack, but I just knew it was just really high.
Yeah.
And
I hate that.
I know it sucks.
That's all I don't smoke.
But that, I was like, I know it'll work. Undercover Brother, and it was free on YouTube. So I'm like, I'm watching that shit. Yo, that movie is
I want to watch that shit right now.
Fucking hilarious.
I love that movie.
All right, go ahead. You could play the clip.
John, that is the president of the United States.
I don't care who it is, he's ruining Hamlet.
Oh, now you f***ed up. Now you f***ed up. Now you f***ed up. You have f***ed up now. Now you f***ed up. 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 Now you have f***ed up.
Mr. President, will you please be quiet?
Suck my presidential bitch. You fat ass piece of You tubbalard looking mother. What? 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 Hey!
What?
What? Huh? I don't know why you're looking up at me, bitch. Plays on stage. I'm not putting on a play up here. I'm trying to be entertained right now.
Mr. President.
Wow. Steve, that's you, nigga.
I don't know who you're talking about.
That's you for sure. What? Show's on stage, bitch. Why you watching me? That's definitely you.
I mean, you got to tune in to next week.
See,
I don't know who that is.
It said how Abraham was really killed. It says how Abraham Lincoln really died.
Yo.
Hell yeah. Somebody fucking popped his ass for talking all that shit and wouldn't shut the fuck up.
You guys got to watch that whole skit. It's fucking classic.
I've seen that skit before.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That was prime YouTube, yo.
Oh my God. When YouTube was the shit.
Exactly. I remember all those channels like that. I remember Key of Awesome and College Humor.
Ray William Johnson, he popped off then.
Yep, all of them.
Oh my gosh, yo.
Yeah.
I used to want to be Ray William Johnson so bad.
Really?
I really did. Like that fucker like inspired the shit out of me.
He's still doing well. Like I watch his TikToks. He's still doing well. Like he knows how to conform to what's new now. Like now he's got the TikToks and the 2-minute like videos and shit like that.
I wish I was just like, I realize what I am, Sam, and I'm a curmudgeon with ideas.
Right. And
like I'm just
right?
a cranky motherfucker. I just be mad for no reason.
Right. But hold that thought, cuz. Guess what friend it is. Make sure you guys comment down below who you think this week Guess What Friend is. MinorityPlus1.
Yes.
But we got a special little guest for our little segment this week.
I'm very excited because I feel like I'm going to get a lot of validation for a lot of stuff that I said last week. And there's stuff that I forgot to say that she can also corroborate.
All right. But friend to the show, we got Veronica.
What up, Veronica? Also, she was a guest on it.
She was a guest. actually, Veronica, I think you've been a guest twice, and this is your first time on film.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Finally got you. You look great.
What's up, V?
Hey.
Thank you for coming on.
Of course, you're welcome. Thank you for having me again.
Of course. All right, Sam. So you have questions for us?
No, Steve, you had the question.
All right. So Veronica.
So real fast backstory, y'all. So last week, Steve shared his speed dating experience from his perspective, but also Veronica went to the same speed dating. And now we're getting her perspective on it. And Steve's like, we got to have Veronica on. She needs to corroborate everything I said. She needs to just tell you guys the same thing I seen and everything. Go ahead, Steve.
Yes. So again, I'm so happy that she's on because last week I've had women ask me, oh, you all just over exaggerating about the girls who left, about them saying what they said to y'all. It's not that big of a deal. And then there was something that I forgot. Because there was another time where at least 2 or 3 people left because of something that they didn't like. And it was at the very end, and it was before like the little group meet we had. You remember? And we were going over our zodiac signs.
No, I didn't. I wasn't there for that.
Oh, God damn. Oh, she's right. She left. No, it's okay.
Left.
But because I still want to mention this anyway. So 3 women actually got up and left when they found out there were too many of a certain sign.
Really?
In the same building, they left.
Including women?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's bizarre. What was the sign?
I forgot which one it was, but it's not the point.
Steve.
Sam, no, it doesn't matter.
I know.
That's the reason why I got so mad at the end of last week's episode is because I'm tired of all this hocus pocus hokum that people keep spitting out. And I'm done with it. I'm going to start. Honestly, I'm coming to crush that. I'm coming to crush that whole fucking movement. I think they're a plague. I really do.
The Zodiac people?
Those Zodiac, I don't get with people who don't share my sign. There's more than 5 in the bunch. We gotta go.
Veronica, do you believe in the Zodiac shit?
I mean, for me to not talk to somebody because of a certain Zodiac, no.
That sounds crazy, right?
No.
Like, I'm not going to talk to you because you were conceived in April. Like, that sounds crazy. And the characteristics are don't get me wrong, you read your horoscope and sometimes it really does like pertain to you, but
it's like to say, oh, I'm up and leave because there's too many Scorpios in the room. Like, come on now.
That's what happened.
Yeah,
That's exactly what happened.
The characteristics are just describing people, if you ask me. They're just describing people.
That's it.
So I actually wanted to get your perspective because you were one of the women that stayed after you found out that there was only 3 of us.
And one you knew.
And one that you knew. And honestly, a trooper, because we did the whole kit and caboodle too. So we speed dated with each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Veronica obviously was an absolute sweetheart. She was great.
Yeah.
But I want to hear your perspective on it because everybody was like, "Oh, Steven, you were lucky," and I was like, "Nah, I didn't feel lucky because the women weren't into it."
No, when I walked into the room, I was like, "There's about 20 women, guys," and I'm like, "Am I early?" I'm on time for it.
I'm about to say, Veronica, stay late.
Where are the men? So I'm like, okay, let me sit down. Let me just see how this is gonna, how it's gonna work and everything like that. And then I'm looking at the time and I'm like, this started since, I think it was 7:30, 8 o'clock, whatever.
How about that?
And I'm like, men. And right before we started, a whole table of women just got up and left.
Now, were you there when I called it out? Because I said that those girls were going to leave.
You did say that. And I did hear you say that, yes. Yes.
How did you know?
Yeah.
Sam. Sam,
why would
I could just tell.
Yeah.
They wasn't into it. You can tell it all in their faces. They're all sitting there and they're like this.
Mm-hmm.
Pissed off.
Angry.
Yeah.
Hold on. I understood it. I understood that.
Yeah. I mean, trying to understand it too, because it's like, all right, I got cute, I dressed up, I'm out, I want to meet new people, you know, even if it's like not even to meet a man or whatever, just to meet friends, just to communicate. And it's like, it was disappointing. It was.
I was shocked still, Veronica, when you said it was three men, and technically 2 because you know Steve. It's like, I know there's way more single men out there.
There are.
But the thing is too, and then what else was sad, that the host had to call his friends and even the host was doing the speed dating as well, just to, you know,
to make the best of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But besides that, yes, that was sad. And I feel like, especially in our, we need more of that.
You do.
I really played, you know, who I talked to. I even like really spoke with Steve for the first time. Like, I was like, oh, God, I gotta speak with Steve. I never really spoke with Steve like on one-on-one. And I really enjoyed our conversation. Steve, like,
likewise, so did I. Yeah, Veronica's the shit.
Yeah,
she's funny as fuck. She's funny as fuck. As long as people make me laugh, and she made me laugh.
Yeah.
You know what, too? Because like I stay to myself. So for me, it was the first time actually like coming out of my comfort zone. Because you know, Sam, you're the one who brought it to my attention, and I'm like, if you ain't gonna come with me, I ain't going.
Well, listen, I'm like, for one, I tried, y'all, and Cole was like, absolutely fucking out. What do you fucking think this shit is? And I'm like, I'm going to support. You fucking need to support. Yeah. So I get where he was coming from, because, like, you know, I think I'd probably feel the same way if he out of nowhere is trying to support his brother and like, I gotta go do speed dating thing with my brother, like, but like, I was so proud of both of you guys.
A lot of people did say that.
For stepping out, because that is taking a chance, and it's out of your comfort zones, especially Veronica. Let me tell you, when I first met Veronica, actually
she never comes out.
Let me tell you, me and Brittany met Veronica at the same time during convention. Veronica was in convention. We've played the music video to Lemonade.
I met her at your Halloween party.
You did.
And that's like
Veronica,
the only time I ever saw her.
She
was at the Halloween parties.
Yeah, that's true.
That was the only time I saw Veronica in like the first like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Was at the Halloween party.
Yeah, and she was actually the star of that Lemonade video. She was up in that shit. Ooh. Anyway, so me and Brittany known each other because her son's father his brother was one of my best friends growing up. So I know Brittany for years. So I'm kicking it with Brittany. We look over, we see Veronica, and we both like, she's so pretty. Straight up, we were like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. Like oh my God, I can see why she's here. She's so beautiful. And we just started talking to her. And she, you know, she was so shy. And then it's crazy how just that's why I'm a girl's girl, because I give credit where credit is due. And I like good girl energy. And I'm glad that we spoke to her, because she's just one of my best friends in life now. So.
Aw, that was fucking adorable. We don't have like no butterfly sounds or anything like that, or fucking some stars falling.
Anyway, my point in saying it is that when we approached Veronica, we actually asked her to go out that night, and Veronica's like,
of course y'all
did. She was not with it.
I think we was like, you're like, oh, you know, you're so pretty and everything. Let's hang out tonight. School at 2. I think it was like the Hollow, or something, something like that.
It was.
And I'm. In my mind, I'm like, oh no.
I don't know you, man.
Exactly.
I don't want to do this. And I'm like, you know, so I to go out. But I mean, we clearly.
I know.
Right? But, you know, time like, so for me to do that, I was nervous the entire time getting dressed. You know, I think I had a conversation with you.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with my other friend, like, I don't want to do this. I'm scared. But all y'all like, no, just like, even if it's, you don't meet nobody, you meet new people coming out of your comfort zone. So I am happy that I went.
Yeah, me too.
I am.
I'm happy that I went. I will not do it again.
What about you, Veronica?
Really?
No. There's Veronica, you know me well enough to know that you can't get to know me in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
I feel like it was an experience, right?
No, the experience is awesome. And honestly, if they just fine tune some things and tweak some things, I think they might actually have something.
Yeah.
I really do. I'm not complaining or saying anything negative about the attempt. It's just that there are certain things that 100% need to be in place in order for it to be successful.
Like, what do you think?
So I'm thinking, honestly, like if you have less than half of the committed women, if you have less than half of the guys committed, you have to cancel the event.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think they should have canceled it. Yeah.
You have to get the men involved. This is where it's
just give them their money back at this point. Yeah.
I honestly, and that's the reason why I kept telling them women, I was like, I feel really bad for y'all. And honestly, the goal should be like, hey, guys, they need to gear this towards men, not women.
Yeah.
Women will go.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like the thing is with men, especially like, I just keep going back to like where we live because I see them more approachable. In our region, they're not. Mm-hmm. When we go out to hanging out, like they're standing in the corner waiting for you to go up to them. It's like, you guys can do the same thing.
Right.
Us feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
I think, well, you can speak to Steve. I feel like a lot of men are intimidated.
It depends.
They hate to even admit that.
It's a lot.
I know they are.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I'm a tall, black
chocolate woman. Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't know. I mean, I know they are. And I'm like, it is what it is. I really don't care because if you can't approach me, then clearly you're not the one.
If you can't ride this ride, you don't.
That's what I'm saying.
You need to be this tall to ride this ride.
or your confidence level needs to be this high to ride this ride. Confidence level.
I mean, what do you think, Veronica? I mean, you're the tall one.
I mean, yeah, you gotta have confidence,
right? Because it wouldn't even matter if he was 6'6". If he was coming up to her like,
I was about
"Hey
to say,
there, pretty lady, I was wondering if you'd like to come out tonight." She could be like, "Nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of here and grow a set."
He'd probably be too scared to even do that.
That's what I'm saying. See?
Yeah.
That's also. I'm sorry, but if I feel like if she got a man who's about 5'11", you know, but he came out, he's like, "Hey,
you couldn't wear heels with him, Veronica. You couldn't wear no heels."
Nah, but he cool with that though. He don't care. He saw that and was like, "Hey, mama, what up?"
You know, I feel like you probably get approached by a lot of short guys because they're like, you're this mountain they just want to climb.
Oh,
you know, they want to conquer.
Swing from the vines, baby.
Yeah, they want to
swing. I feel like, no, sorry. It's a no for me.
As long as you're not like Sam and trying to be the big spoon, you're fine.
What? I don't think anything's wrong. All right, Veronica, let me ask you this. When you're with someone,
triggered.
What do you like to be, the big spoon or the little spoon?
I mean, I like to be the little spoon.
Thank you, Sam. Sam, it's you, yo. You think like a dude sometimes.
That's not what I'm not thinking about doing anything to his ass.
That's not what we're talking about, Sam.
Or anything crazy. I don't do that.
We're talking about big spoon, little spoon. We're not talking about inserting anything anywhere.
That's more comfortable for me, like to be the big spoon.
So Sam can't be submissive at all.
Oh.
No. Have you ever big spooned anybody is the question. And it was great.
No, I don't like it.
What about you, Steve?
Have I been little spooned?
Yeah, have you been little spooned?
Hold on, let me think.
And you probably loved it.
I don't think so. I think the closest I get, honestly, is laying my head in their lap, and that's usually because I'm way too high or way too sick. But I don't think I've ever been little spooned. No.
I mean,
no.
Listen, I think I don't see the problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it.
It's the way that Veronica, it was the way that she like kind of explained it because she really made it seem like she wrapped them in a cocoon.
Yeah. So on the other pod, they were like, they asked the same question. Shout out to the Terminal pod, and they were like, "Wait, so you riding his back and in his butt?" I said, "What the hell are y'all talking about?" I was like, "No, I know, none of that." I was like, they thought I was like sunning them, like putting them in a headlock from behind or some shit, and I'm like,
we know. Sam, she does that. I've seen you get producer legitimately like, "I fucking love you."
No,
and like literally put him in a headlock.
That's different.
Yeah, and that voice too. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, let's stop talking about me. All right,
Oh.
Veronica's the guest here. But so the experience for you, it was actually quite freeing. You know, you stepped out of your comfort zone, and then so besides Steve, what about the two other guys that were there? How was that date for you? Those dates?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Like, all the guys, surprisingly, like, they were good. I mean, they had a lot of good qualities. Very nice, very sweet, you know. But were they for me? No.
Yeah.
But, you know, they were really nice guys. Even the other guys who came and showed up as well. And we had great conversations. Yeah, they were all nice, really, guys. Mm-hmm.
Not for nothing. So if you guys want to know, so MinorityPlus1 Podcast on IG, I run that, right?
Yes.
And one of the guys, I think he was into Steve, yo, because he DM'd, he's like, Steve, you're the greatest, man. Make sure you hit me. He DM'd a few times to MinorityPlus1. One of the guys there. One of the daters.
No, he was a cool dude. Because like, I felt like, see, this is Veronica wasn't here for this part. Mm-hmm. Towards like the end, we started getting into like relationships and stuff like that, and we were just, it was nice to hear the guys share, and it felt like everybody, like all the guys were like, it felt good to everybody to just talk, and nobody being like, "Fuck it, that's gay." Or nothing like that. It was like, it was more just like, yo, like everybody just heard everybody out. Nobody really screamed over one another.
It was a safe space.
I don't want to say a safe space because there were disagreements and we handled them like adults.
Right.
Like, it was just a great conversation.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I missed that part because I wouldn't enjoy that, but that's nice though.
I didn't know what to expect, honestly. Right. I just stayed because I'm like, I paid money.
Yeah.
I'm getting my money's worth.
Even though it wasn't that much, like that whole table of girls that left, I probably would have stayed too. I bought some of them drinks. I freaking paid money to be here. Like, it's an experience. Let me just do it.
And I bought drinks. I bought drinks for some people.
You bought drinks for people?
Yes, I did.
Did you buy a drink for Veronica?
I don't think so.
I drank.
You came after. I had already spent.
Doesn't matter.
You know what, You know what? That is fair enough. You are 100% correct, and I got you on a double of your choice next time we hang out.
Right. Whenever we have which will probably be my birthday in April. So make sure you got her.
We're on camera. I got a double of your choice. Now, mind you, all right, you might have champagne dreams, but I might only have Hennessy money. So you keep that in mind.
Hennessy money. Hennessy costs more than champagne.
That's fine. I'm happy to pass.
That means you can afford what she wants.
I'm just saying. I like to set the standard realistically.
Yeah.
All right.
But girl, thank you, Veronica, for coming on for a little bit. I know you gotta get to bed. You got the babies and shit.
Thank you, Veronica.
Welcome. All right.
Thanks. And we'll drop your IG and everything in the bio below, so you can follow Miss Potts over here.
All right, guys. Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye, Veronica.
And we're back. So I want to get into this IRP. So this one's really...
This IRP?
Yeah, because this one
Hold on, Sam. You heard what you said, right?
This IRP?
Yeah, IRP. You
RIP? RIP.
I was about to say IRP.
Louise.
Isn't that what you get before you die?
So, Lord have mercy.
Oh, come on. That was a great joke.
RIP. This RIP. Thanks, Steve, for correcting me.
Come on. That was a
it's funny. Woo, woo, woo.
No. You know what, Sam? You're going to miss me when... You know what? No more jokes. She ruined it for everybody.
This RIP is very important. So, growing up like late 80s, 90s, growing up during the HIV AIDS epidemic, excuse me. Do you remember this young girl? She was on Oprah.
No, I didn't watch Oprah.
Producer Bay, could you pull up the clip? Her name was Hydeia Broadbent. She was an AIDS and HIV activist and patient. She actually died at 39 yesterday. If you watch the clip on our YouTube, you'll remember her. Producer May, could you play the clip?
5, I had symptoms of AIDS. I had fungus in my brain, blood infections, pneumonia. I went cold blue a couple of times. And that's when I was about 5, they said I was full-blown AIDS. And right now I'm doing really good.
What's the hardest part for you, Hydeia? Living with this disease.
Basically, that's like when your friends die.
Oh my God.
Like,
I'm gonna cry.
Like?
Oh, come on.
the hardest part is you love them, and you always lose a friend to AIDS. Hard, but especially, I don't think it's real hard.
Sam,
So
you're an asshole.
Her? You don't remember her?
Nah.
When I turned 5.
But do you remember, growing up during HIV and AIDS?
I mean, all right.
and the ignorance around it? Like, she was born with HIV.
All right,
and she excelled all the time. She died at 39.
That's all right. That is.
And she was an activist.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right. From my own personal experience, Sam, I'm not gonna front. I really never thought about it. To be honest with you, it never crossed my mind. I don't believe I was ever really sexually active like that, and I also I just never, honestly, Sam, it was never really brought up. We were kids,
but I don't know. I have to say, thank God for like maybe the schools I went to. They were very, very like informative about HIV and AIDS. My mom watched a lot of Lifetime. You know what I mean? They talked about blood brothers. Doing the blood brothers thing. Don't do that.
I've done that with people.
That could spread HIV and AIDS. Drug use. So I was taught. I don't know. It just stuck. That always stuck with me very early in my life. Like the school constantly talked about it because remember it was like a epidemic at one point. It was the ignorance around it was so bad. It was like you had to be you're homosexual, and people didn't realize it's not just about that. It's about using drugs.
People thought you would get it like if somebody coughed on
you, spit on you. It takes like 2 gallons of spit for you to ever contract HIV. But I remember her because my mom used to watch Oprah. I remember her as a kid and her talking.
I honestly didn't.
She was on the show a few times. But yeah, she still, put out. She still was doing the work out there, and 39 is so young, but she exceeded what doctors thought she was gonna live. So, I can't complain about. It makes me. It just makes me realize my life isn't as bad as I thought it was. And I need to stop complaining about the little shit because she didn't even really have a choice or a chance in life.
Right.
Because she was born with HIV and developed AIDS. So, R.I.B.
Yeah, fucking damn. Mm-hmm. I was about to tear up. I was like,
really? I know, because she's
trying so hard to be sorry. She shouldn't be.
Right. She was no older than like 7 or 6 or 7 in that clip.
She shouldn't be that strong.
And she was stronger than most adults. Yeah.
That's crazy. I was about to like really start getting in my feels.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, you were evil, Sam, because I'm way too high for that. I'm not gonna lie. That one.
I don't know. When I seen she pass, I was really sad. I was like, oh man, I thought she was gonna go the long way. Like,
I mean, still 40.
Too young. We're young, close to 40, bro.
I know.
And I feel like I haven't done enough.
And I thought I'd be out of here by now, but
yeah,
that's an inspiration.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess in keeping in line with just terrible things happen to young kids, I have had an epiphany about my own personal life, and I have decided, much like Sam, who wants to attack those pedos and those R-worders and all those crazies, I too really have a group of people that I fucking despise. And producer, I would like a solo shot, please, because I really think that I'm not the only one on this. I know that people are tired of the pranksters and all those little fucking half-wits. I want to come after the hocus pocus hokum of the positive energy movement. I think you motherfuckers and your zodiac sign fucking loving having motherfucking asses are the biggest problem moving right now. with all this, I only care about the positive vibes around me, and you don't, and y'all the ones calling yourselves life coaches, selling courses. You have no actual degrees, no fucking real leg to stand on, preying on such vulnerability of these suckers and these fucking lonely ass, and let's keep this a buck, these lonely ass kids who can't function in just person to person shit, who find all solace in everything internet. You fucking vultures, I have a problem with you. And it's the way they peddle, calling everybody
an influencer.
Is that, but it's just how people like to put depression on everything, like to put all of these very heavy claims, and then putting it out there for the world to see. And there was a story, Sam, and the reason why I wanted to talk about this, and I'm not going to front with anybody, guys. I just found out about this probably about a couple days ago, and I remember hearing about this before when it started, and I thought it was already situated, but when it creeped back up, it got me to thinking about the people I really have problems with. And this is one of the situations that I remember me starting to have these feelings. This was one of the situations that kicked it off. So I'm going to have the producer please pull up the clip for me, please. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I have it in my phone, too. Yes. So you play it from the beginning, please. So this is about a lady named Ruby Frank. Now, this woman, along with an accomplice, she had a very popular YouTube channel, about 2 million subscribers, and she was a...
I know who this is.
Okay, she was a family...
Yes, they got her ass? All right, keep going, sorry.
Yeah, so she was a person who was a family influencer.
Yeah.
She was... There's
tons of them on YouTube, Ace Family, all these family influencers.
Oh, I'm coming for them, too. About this is how you properly raise your children, and made quite a pretty hefty sum as well. So producer, can you please start the video for me? Guys, I'm going to have this pause. This is going to be quite long because I want you to hear the beginning of this, and then I'm going to skip ahead to what she actually pled guilty to. But I just want you to hear what she is being charged for.
With my deepest regret and sorrow for my family and my children. Guilty.
And thank you
Ruby
to Law
has
and Crime
guilty in court to the
sidebar on YouTube. That's courtesy to you guys. Thank you for you guys.
Her plea agreement goes into detail about what she did to her kids, and it is horrifying. Also, what does this mean for a potential sentence? We break it all down for you now. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Ruby Franke has officially pled guilty. This is a major development in a case that we have been following since August. This case out of Utah. Ruby Franke has pled guilty. Now, Ruby Franke is the former YouTuber who, alongside her husband, Kevin, created a now defunct channel on the platform called 8 Passengers. This was a very popular channel. It documented the lives of the couple along with their 6 children and had over 2 million subscribers. But it didn't come without controversy. No, viewers took major issues with how Ruby was parenting, or maybe I should say disciplining her kids.
So in our house, when we take something away, it's because they have shown that they are not responsible enough to manage it. And so we don't just turn around and give it back as soon as they start acting good.
It has to be consistent.
It has to be consistent over a minimum of 6 months.
Jeez.
I know that her teacher is uncomfortable with her being hungry and not having a lunch. And it would ease her discomfort if I came to the school with a lunch. But I responded and just said, Eve is responsible for making her lunches in the morning, and she actually told me she did pack a lunch.
Is responsible to make their own lunch.
So the natural outcome is she's just going to need to be hungry.
All right, pause.
Now, at one point, Ruby ended up
So right, so Sam, I'm glad you said that right. So
well, white people.
Well, no, Sam. I'm not gonna attribute race to this.
Okay,
I'm gonna attribute. I'm just going to attribute.
I'm just
the
saying,
importance. Sam.
I just want to say one thing. It took them way too long to charge this conventionally pretty blonde white girl, Steve, and you know why? Because she's a pretty blonde white girl. But go right ahead. Because she's been doing this shit for years.
So
to her kids.
I 100%
Countless
agree.
CPS.
I know that, and trust me, it's going to go into it as well. But I contribute this just to the fucking gross society of people who actually consume this fucking garbage. And what I'm about to get mad at again is the excuse and the victim not only blaming, but the victim passing onto another who is also a fucking psychopath. And when stuff like this happens, Sam, maybe this is just me projecting. I could be. But it's one of the situations to where sometimes I wish was brought as circumstances that brought up as to why maybe sometimes, the mother isn't the best parent to be parenting during certain proceedings.
I'll say this. As you guys know, I've talked about
women sometimes, Sam, and again, I'm not going to go on a tangent, I promise. I'm trying to be as serious as possible at this particular moment. I'm done with the passes because she got hit hard. You'll see later. I believe she gets hit very hefty with her sentence.
Right.
As she damn well should, guys. Because trust me, you ain't heard shit yet. So that's my thing. Again, trust me, I'm coming for all these motherfuckers and people who got convicted, and now the people who are coming out trying to be influencers and all shit. I'm fucking coming for your throats.
Right.
All right, you can continue.
Partnering up with a woman named Jody Hildebrandt, who is offering these life coaching services through an organization known as Connections. In fact, Ruby was listed as a certified mental fitness trainer on the Connections website. But in August, she and Hildebrandt were each arrested and each charged with 6 counts of aggravated child abuse of Frankie's 2 young children who were staying at Hildebrandt's place. Her 12-year-old son managed to escape Hildebrandt's home, ran to a neighbor who called 911.
911, the address of your emergency?
I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door asking for help. We know there's been problems at this neighbor's house. He's emaciated, he's got tape around his legs, he's hungry, and he's thirsty.
Now, the boy was reportedly emaciated with wounds, and there was evidence that he'd been tied up. His then 9-year-old sister, we believe that she's 10 now, her Ruby's daughter, was reportedly found in the house in similar condition. She was taken to the hospital to be treated for malnourishment. Ruby, Jody, they were each arrested. They were charged with 6.
Man,
all right.
I watch, before you start, I've watched countless, besides Nasty Notice, right? I've watched countless videos of child abuse. I worked for CPS as a file clerk locally in Albany, reading child abuse reports.
Right.
I'll never understand the mind of a child abuser, a child rapist. Listen, I've heard stories. There was one family that had 15 fucking kids and they were all chained up. There was one family where these 3 kids came to a neighbor's house and they were handcuffed and beaten. There's a story about a mom who she killed 2 of her kids and left their bodies in a freezer. And she said, in court, she said, I'll do it again. Some sick, evil fucking people out there.
That's what I'm saying.
And I think your biggest gripe is that it was all filmed.
It was filmed, profited upon, implemented. People took that shit to heart. People donated
because
to this.
Most people will do the abuse obviously behind closed doors. You know, the story of the young Spanish kid. I think last name was Fernandez. The school system knew he was coming to school with black eyes, scratches, beaten. He was killed by his mother's boyfriend. The school system knew this child was being abused and did nothing about it. And your point, like you say, you're fucking watching it and people are subscribing and profiting. This
is bothersome. This is bothersome.
It's because it was I know you don't want me to bring race into it, but Steve, it looks like a typical white picket fence American white family, and I think that that's what they thought was going on in there. They didn't think that this beautiful blonde white woman could be capable of this abuse. I'm telling you, that's part of it. But go ahead.
All right. So now, can you please skip to minutes 7, around 7 minutes 10 seconds? Yeah, keep going a little bit further up, a little up, up, a little bit more right here.
To you is what Frankie is agreeing she did. Remember,
so guys, this is what she's pleading guilty of. She's saying, this is what I did.
Yeah.
This is so he's about to read this off.
Okay, so it starts from approximately May 22nd, 2023 until August 30th, 2023. So now we have a date range, 3 months of this abuse. In Washington County, Utah, the defendant, Ruby Frankie, intentionally or knowingly inflicted and allowed another adult to inflict serious physical injuries upon her children that were ages 9, EF, and 11 to 12, RF, as more fully described below. So she didn't just do it herself, but she seemingly allowed.
So when you hear the EFAF, those are just the abbreviation for her kids' names.
Okay, so hold on. So was her and this life coach and also the husband, or no?
I don't believe the husband.
I mean,
I
he
think
was
the husband
privy
left
to it.
at
He
the time.
didn't.
I know. And again, guys, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. There's a lot more
That's
that
another
I'm not
thing.
up on it.
Watching all the things I watch about child abuse,
Yeah.
it's always like the father is long gone and all types of shit. It's awful. Like, I think I talked about one time these two twins killed their kids. Two twin sisters, they both had kids, and the father, it's like, we can't just keep allowing the fathers just to get away with it and walk away like nothing happened to their children. It's like they have to be held accountable. You knew that, you know, people, we know to a certain extent who we're having sex with and who we're having kids with.
Sam, I would love to believe that, but Sam, come on, man. We can't, we got to stop. Hold on, Sam. We got to stop acting like
there's red flags we keep ignoring, bro. We have to take accountability.
That there's just not circumstances of people having these one night stands and just being fucked up with that.
I've been on here. I talked about, I had a friend who met a guy. He seemed great, and then she got pregnant. He bounced. Don't get me wrong, but if you really want to break it down, we can take accountability for ourselves. The red flags were there.
I agree, but the only way to see that, Sam, is if you get to know. Sam, is if you get to know the person.
I've been a stupid bitch too,
Sam. I've been a dumb motherfucker. So I'm right there with you.
I'm talking to y'all not Sam, from judgment, from fucking experience.
I agree. It's not like I haven't smashed on the first night. I agree.
Period. I'm saying I worked for CBS. Like, you gotta really watch who you fucking have kids with, men and women.
I agree with you, because that's the reason why I'm like, when people are like, Steven, why are you single? I want the right fucking woman.
Seriously.
I don't but look at them. They're beautiful. They're this. I don't give a shit because looks don't mean shit.
Clearly.
I'm trying to find where the girl's at mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, clearly these women, I don't give a damn how pretty the smile is. You could look as pretty as whatever. These bitches are nuts. Continue, please.
Jody to do it too. Now, again, it's important when you look at the ages here, seemingly 9 years old for the daughter, 11 to 12 for the son. Seems to me like this might have happened before and through his own birthday. Let's get into it. Count one is the longest. And I warn you right now, this is incredibly difficult to hear. And count one is aggravated child abuse of RF, her 11, 12-year-old son. And it's about physical injury that includes physical torture. This is what it says. Count one. The defendant's actions involve the physical torture of RF. Initially, RF was forced to do physical tasks for hours and days at a time. These included wall sits, carrying boxes full of books up and down stairs, and working outside. Eventually, RF was forced to do outside labor without shoes and in the summer heat. He was forced to stand in the direct sunlight for several days. He was forced to remain outside at all hours of the day and night for extended periods of time. These actions resulted in repeated and serious sunburns with blistered, and sloughing skin. RF was denied adequate water for several of the days he was required to remain in the summer heat, and he was punished when he secretly consumed water. He was denied sufficient food, and when given food, he was given very plain meals, example, rice and chicken, while others in the house ate regular and more flavorful meals. He was isolated from other people and denied all forms of entertainment, including books, notebooks, and electronics. In addition, after RF attempted to run away in July, his hands and feet were regularly bound. Binding included being tied to the defendant and to weights. Many times, the binding included using 2 sets of handcuffs, one on RF's wrists and one on his ankles. Again, very consistent with what we've heard so far about his injuries. At times, with RF lying on his stomach, ropes were used to tie the 2 sets of handcuffs together so that his arms and lower legs were lifted off the ground. The bindings resulted in injuries to RF's wrists and ankles, where the handcuffs cut through the skin and damaged the muscle tissue. These injuries were treated with homeopathic remedies and covered with duct tape. That's when we heard about the cayenne pepper being used. Then the bindings were placed on top of the duct tape. As if that wasn't horrifying enough, it goes on to say, again, all part of count 1, physical torture. Specific instances of abuse committed by the defendant include 1, kicking RF while wearing boots, 2, holding his head underwater, and 3, cutting off oxygen by placing her hands over his mouth and nose.
All right, you can stop.
I tell you right now, I'm not
sick, bitch.
So, guys, that's just the first count.
Right.
That she is. We're not going to continue
know,
going through all of it because,
fast.
guys, make sure you tune in to the rest of this clip, guys.
Yeah.
We'll leave it in the description. That way you can tune in as well. And, guys, you can celebrate with us that this bitch got locked up.
How much time did she get?
If I remember correctly, I believe 60 years.
I want to know where the husband was at this. He was there. He was part of this
guys,
shit.
I kind of just pieced this together. I'm not going to front.
Right.
All right. Today. And
That's
the
fair.
reason why is because I had heard about this, but I didn't pay it no mind.
I didn't know I heard about it. I didn't think they were going to give her any fucking time, to be honest.
I was like, okay,
I didn't
she
know
got
the
convicted.
extent to it. I didn't know that they found actual evidence of bruising. I thought they were just going off how she spoke to them and the things like they showed that she would withheld off the YouTube videos. I didn't know that the boy ran away and they actually had physical evidence of the abuse. So that helped because I was like, based off that YouTube shit, I'm like, they're not going to give her no time. Even though you can clearly see the way she talks to them, the way she withholds things from them, the weird way that she parents, like I'm glad that not glad, but I'm glad he ran away. You know, I'm glad that something happened to the point that he was
to make the cops get involved.
Right. Finally. You know what I mean? And I always be so curious about all these abusers. The same thing about, sexual assaulters. Like I wonder if she experienced the same type of discipline when she was a child.
So, I mean,
because how do you just pull that out your ass? Hey, I'm just gonna make you.
Well, she goes on to say that the other woman is the one who kind of coerced her. That's why I said she was gonna go. Could be, but she's a fucking adult. That's an adult. But that's like who already has the kids.
It's not about that. I agree with you, but that we say the same thing about cult leaders. You get a weak-minded, vulnerable person, you can make them do anything.
Sam, I know that. That's why I have a problem with a lot of these people.
I understand. What I'm saying is, yes, she's an adult, but if she's a weak-minded, insecure, vulnerable person, anybody could get in there. Listen, there's stories about, cult leaders. Give me all your children. Let me fuck all your children and your women. To grown, competent men that have worked their whole life, that had lives before this cult. I mean, it is what it is.
Oh my God.
She's weak and she's sick. She's not well. And she may not even, like you said, I think you're more right than me. She may not even experience that kind of discipline as a child. She might have gotten it from that fucking weirdo lady.
Because again, to go to the verbal shit. And again, this goes into parenting, which again, I don't have any kids, but
let me tell you the stories I've researched, the stories I've seen working for CPS. I even was like, yo, I feel like we should sterilize certain people.
Oh, I agree.
There was a family.
I think like that, and I don't even know.
Listen, that had 10. There was a family on there that had 10 fucking kids. They had binders, accordion binders full of fucking like charges and all types of CPS cases. Oh, and they'll lose their kids and then get their kids back and lose them again. And I'm like, and she would keep having babies and keep having babies. And I'm like, it's a human, like, we all want to say it, bitch, get fixed, like, get sterilized. But you know, that's a whole nother, that would be a whole human rights issue. But
hold that thought, cause we gotta take a break. And we're back. Yes, that's
oh my gosh, listeners, y'all, that's my cat Magic up there. I don't even know how she got up there. She don't even jump. She know this is a black house, so you don't jump on counters.
Nah, you let that white bitch do it though.
No, I don't. She know better too. I spray her ass because she do it when I'm not looking. I'm like, you know better. Anyway,
she just follow with suit.
Anyway, yeah, Steve. I mean, I can go on and on about it. Like, I'll never understand.
I realized that was a heavy topic that I didn't prepare you for.
I'll never ever understand. Obviously, you know, when I do nasty notice, but I'll never understand the neglect and to keep, like I said, that family to keep having kids, to keep neglecting them, to keep abusing them. I just will never understand.
Sam, because people get certain ideals in their fucking head where it's like, oh, it's all right. I don't want to go into it all, but it's like, it's against my religion
for abortion.
But
please,
it's not against
mission.
but that same religion tells you not to have sex before marriage. But skip. We all fuck up, right?
I don't understand.
I'm not going to stand on my soapbox on this one. I'm just saying, guys, that we have to stop acting like these irresponsibles don't deserve to be fucking called out.
I'd rather you have 10 abortions than to neglect and abuse 10 of kids. Please abort mission every time. Like, I don't care. First of all, the government doesn't care about these kids. I don't know. We can get into the abortion.
Nah,
that's a whole nother segment.
None of us care. The
we don't care. As soon as that kid come out the pussy, they don't give a fuck. But they care about the fetus, which ain't even a human being yet, before they care about a fully fucking baby coming out the poom poom, but whatever. So to lighten it up, because I did have an nasty nose this week, but we'll save it for next week. Because I feel like,
guys, I surprised her with that.
Actually, you surprised me, and I feel like, yo, what was her name?
That bitch's name.
Yeah, give me her name so we can just.
I'm sorry, guys. I said disclaimer earlier too, so just her name. What the fuck? Yo, my phone's being douchey. Hold on, give me one sec. Ruby Frank.
Ruby Frank. All right, producer Bay. Ruby Frank. You're on nasty notice, and the words of the great Anton Dotson. Hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, because they abusing everybody out here. Yeah, she's on nasty notice this week. Yeah. Thanks, Steve. You actually did nasty notice without even knowing you did nasty notice, because it is about, you know, predators, pedophile, creeps, all that stuff. But we do child abuse on here too.
And I went at her because she's an influencer.
Yeah.
I fucking hate all influencers. Like 99.99% of you, I fucking despise you.
I mean, a lot of them are total
despise
shit.
You.
Total shit.
Little fucking sissy boys who fucking, never mind.
But you're smart enough not to be influenced by them.
Sam, I was too smart when I was their fucking age.
So instead of doing nasty notice, I thought we could do Steve's shame game.
Inductee.
Do.
Yes. And also, guys, we're not going to do celebrities. I know I did Taylor Swift, but that was just an introduction to the shame gang. So, guys, if you want to introduce somebody to the shame gang, it has to be something that they need to be ashamed for, okay? They have to be ashamed for it, and you have to give good fucking reasons why.
Right.
And then you can induct. Hey, guys, you can do this too. You be like, hey, we have an inductee. For shame gang.
This one, I wish Brittany was here, but producer, could you pull up the first clip? So before you started,
oh no!
Shout out to the Shade Borough for the clip, and it says, "Do not make baked goods with your yeast infection."
Wait, what?
Yeah. So go ahead, producer.
This is why you should not make cinnamon rolls or any baked goods out of your yeast infection. I just want to do some damage control because I know I came on here and said I made cinnamon rolls out of my yeast infection and they turned out really good. And they did. They tasted really good.
What?
But we consumed them, and 2 days later, these white spots start popping up on mine and my husband's tongue, and I'm Googling what that means, and it says it's oral thrush, which is essentially a yeast infection for your mouth, and the reason we have it is because we consumed my yeast infection. So what I thought was a very special Valentine's gift, truly a pastry made with love from things that came from my body.
Oh my God.
Turned out to be the president of oral thrush, and it's not fun having
Oh my God.
the most comfortable thing to live with. It's kind of painful, and I just feel so bad for giving it to my husband. And I'm thinking I need to make it up to him in some way.
You nasty bitch.
All right.
No.
So that may have not been a real thing.
I hope to God that wasn't.
But if it is, and I have to say, white people, y'all be oversharing. You know how they be like, I wanted to shame white folks when they were like, we only take a shower once a month. Like, you ever seen those videos? Or listen, I think we should shame this bitch. I think she's probably been getting hit crazy in the comments. But to make cinnamon rolls from your yeast infection,
I gotta be honest with you.
Why do you have a
that sound is no different than since you want to bring rays, I have to. Black women putting period blood and shit. Thinking that's a love potion.
You know what's funny?
And I
it's
know
not
where that
just
stems
black.
from.
I was about to say that I learned.
Well, I'm just saying you came for a race. I had to give one equal or greater value.
I don't know. I've always heard that it was a voodoo
Don't get
thing,
mad.
but I don't know if it was a race thing.
When do you think voodoo?
Yeah, but I've never.
That is a
no,
fucking
that's nasty
astute
too.
observation.
I never said
you
put your period blood.
Nasty motherfuckers.
Don't put any bodily fluid in any food, please.
She did the thing. She said the shit that I get mad at, and you knew that was gonna trigger me.
What?
That nasty bitch. And then I just wanted from a part of me.
That sounds like
it's something. No,
that's why I want to bring
fucking
here.
saw that shit on TikTok. She probably saw that.
She said
shit.
a part of me from my body.
Spiritual fucking. This is what I'm saying, Sam. This is what I'm saying. I know she's getting killed. I hate them. I hate you ever seen
thrush?
I don't want to know what thrush is.
So nasty.
It's a nasty bitch. It probably sounds.
You see how white and cracked her tongue is? Oh. And you really only can get that if you like went down on someone or you ate the yeast from a yeast infection.
Hell no.
It's like it's a fungus. Like
fellas, tell her pussy stinks. Ladies, accept that your pussy stinks.
First of all, I think he knew.
Stop.
You think her husband knew that he put the yeast in there?
How do you not choke that bitch after? I'm sorry, guys. Is that not a reason? All right, fellas. All right, ladies. Somebody. I don't advocate for this, but could you understand why? I know Bill Burr got a great joke about this. You mean to tell me women don't do anything ever to get hit? Nothing? That wouldn't count? Like, you can't get a fucking noogie for that?
I think he knew, yo.
Something?
I think he knew.
Like, just something. I want to put that chick in a headlock
like,
and noogie her head until it starts smoking.
You know what? If he's just as weird and nasty as her, he's probably like, babe, before they got the thrush, oh my God, babe, this is amazing. I get to eat.
I'm seeing stars, I think.
I get to eat something from your body. Like,
Sam,
this is like so great.
If that's the case, then I hope to God they don't reproduce. I hope to God. Why was that?
Okay, I don't know if this is really.
Why was
y'all.
that? You
I just
triggered
think
me.
that is so.
You just got me mad.
Besides, it's just very bizarre. Why would you want to consume something that is a waste? Like it's a bacterial infection. Like
ask all these other crazy bitches.
You know what I mean? So I don't understand why would you want to
ask all these other crazy bitches who like to get peed on and shit on.
Dudes too.
Okay, ask these crazy motherfuckers.
There's dudes that eat bitches on their period.
Gross. That
Steve,
is
you ain't never ate a bitch on a period.
Sam, no.
Okay, good.
Why would I? I'm not that desperate.
The dudes I've heard that dudes will eat a girl out with a tampon in on her period.
Sam, I don't know what fucking dudes without morals you fuck with.
No, not me, nigga. Not me.
I've never heard it.
I wouldn't even want you to do that. Like,
I've never heard it.
I've heard it, yo.
I've never had my boycotts to be like, yo, last night,
I don't think that's something you talk about.
She hit me with the marinara. Yo, son. And with the string cheese.
The marinara.
Yeah. And I'd be like, you nasty motherfucker.
You was like, I ate it with the cottage cheese. Like,
ooh. No, that's what they did. That's what Whitey did.
Yeah, they did. Whitey.
Oh
white
my
TV.
God, they deserve all those little white bumps.
Your
Sam,
people's
I don't
is fucking up this episode. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all. Cause
I didn't know you were coming with that.
2 for 2.
I didn't know you were coming with that. That's nasty.
2 for 2.
That's just nasty.
All right, y'all. So that's the shame game.
Yeah, you are.
We had to shame short.
That you are definitely in the shame gang. They're putting you and your husband. You are gross. You are gross. You are nasty. You and those other witch doctors all need to go somewhere. And stop with this fucking hocus pocus hokum. I told you, Sam, I want to destroy these people. I'm going to fucking smash on them.
Sparta!
Bang, bitch! Get in the fucking hole. That's where you belong. Get in the fucking hole. Just get in the... You and that Ruby bitch.
Okay.
You guys fuck each other. Right. I don't know.
If you like this episode, make sure you like this episode. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment down below. Make sure you share. Everything is MinorityPlus1 Podcast. Again, YouTube, MinorityPlus1. Everywhere else, MinorityPlus1 Podcast. Just Google MinorityPlus1. We're still streaming. If you guys don't watch our YouTube, but you got to watch our YouTube. You got to share. You got to subscribe to our YouTube because that helps us get that algorithm up.
And the likesy.
Yeah, the likes. And you get to watch all these funny clips and all our crazy faces.
Yo, I'm thoroughly upset at this particular second right now.
MinorityPlus1.
She really made me mad.
All right.
So, since Brittany's not here, I'm going to do it sensible. I'm going to wait till she's back next week. And then I'm just going to fucking really just make her upset.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Veronica.
Oh, yes.
For coming on our segment. Thank you,
VV. I'm calling her VV from now on.
That's cute.
I don't know why.
VV?
I'm just going to call her VV.
All right.
She was nice. She was awesome. So, in wrapping up, I'm your host, Steven.
I'm Sam Crystal.
And as always, please stereotype responsibly. And we'll be back next week with another motherfucking episode. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Minority Plus One Podcast. If you rock with us, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, and as always, make sure you stereotype responsibly.